Okay, so today we're going to solve variables on both sides. And here's one of the very important things for you to realize how this is different than what we've done before. We are no longer going to use PEMDAS to help us figure out how to solve these problems. It just doesn't work out very well, so PEMDAS, get that out of here. Don't think about it that way. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to think about two operations that we've done a lot of that kind of help us out. Addition and subtraction, I want you to think of these as moving operations. They help move numbers or variables from one side of the equation to the other. So that's what these two operations do. Multiply and divide are separators. They separate numbers or variables. So the things that separate is multiplication and division. So you want to really keep those two things in your head when you're going through problems. Now again, solving this problem, you really want to get x by itself. And the issue we have right now is we have two x's. So what I would like to do is I'd like to move this x over here to get to that one. So to do that, we're going to balance this equation by subtracting 2x to both sides. Again, subtraction is a moving operation. And we're going to subtract because it's a positive 2, so a 2 minus 2, that will cancel. A 3x and a positive 2 will just give me x plus 10 is equal to negative 5. And again, I would like to move this to the other side, so I'm going to minus 10 on both sides. And I'm going to get my final answer to be x equals negative 15. Okay, let's try another. Okay, again, I'd like to get x by itself, but we have a little bit of an issue. And the issue is that everything's not on the same side. This is a positive 5. To move it, I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides. Then I'm going to get 3x, or negative 3x minus 7 is equal to 11. Now I'd like to get the numbers on the other side, so I'm going to add 7. I'm going to add 7. The reason I'm adding 7 here is because this is a minus, so because it's a minus, I want to do the opposite operation again. I get a negative 3x, which equals 18. And at this point, we want to separate. We want to separate the 3 and the x. So to separate it, we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. And I'm going to get x is equal to negative 6. Again, the first things you want to do is move the x's together. And then after you've moved the x's together by addition and subtraction, you are going to then move the numbers. And then last separate is if there's an x with it, we separate. We're going to try two more examples. In this one, we first have to deal with this distributive property. So we're going to distribute this to both things. And I'm going to get 3x minus 12 is equal to 12x. The next thing we are going to do is move the x's together. Because there's no numbers over here, it makes more sense to move this 3. So we'll do a negative 3x, because those will cancel, of negative 12 is equal to 9x. We'll divide by 9, divide by 9. Now in this one, you'll notice that we didn't get a whole number, but that's okay. We will just leave it as a fraction for our final answer. Let's do one last problem. Okay, so in this example, again, we want to get everything together. The first step I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute, and I'm going to get this to be negative 2x minus 8. And again, over here, I'm going to distribute this negative 2. Now, some people see this as a minus, but you want to grab everything along with that. So we'll get this as 3 minus 2x plus 2, because negative 2 times 2 will give you a positive 2. From here, we will want to combine like terms. So I'm going to add 2x to each side. 2x will cancel here. 2x will cancel here. I'll get negative 8 is equal to, and we'll do 3 plus 2, which is 5. Now in this case, you'll have noticed that both x's have canceled out, and we have negative 8 is equal to 5. When you have variables on both sides, this can happen. Now with this answer, what I want you to do is I want you to think in your head, does this answer make sense? And you should say, no. Like negative 8 is definitely not equal to 5. So because those things are not equal, we say this answer has no solution. It has no answer. It has no solution. Okay? So at the end of a problem, if you have two things and they don't equal, you're going to go no solution. We're going to check one more quick one where we're going to get a similar result. Okay, I'm going to try this one. I'm going to distribute this 3 to both things right here, and I'm going to get 3x plus 6 is equal to 3x plus 6. And you can see right now that these things are exactly equal, but let's get things together. So I subtract 3. Those go away. And now I have that 6 is equal to 6. And I ask myself, is that true? Is 6 equal to 6? And your answer should be yes. So we say that this is all solutions, or that the solution is itself for the identity. Like it is itself. It is identical. It is its identity. So the difference between this time and last time is we just noticed that the x's cancel, and these are exactly the same. If that happens, you say all solution or it's its identity. Try some problems today.